Good morning, my dear young minds. Welcome back to biology session. Today we are going to start new chapter ecosystem. Ecosystem. In previous classes like class 8th, 9th and 10th standards, you might have studied the word ecosystem. Ecosystem is the structural and functional unit of nature. Structural and functional unit of nature. The structural and functional unit of nature is called ecosystem. Ecosystem are of various kinds. Broadly two kinds: terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. Terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. Terrestrial means soil or earth. Aquatic means water. Terrestrial ecosystem again are of various kinds: grassland ecosystem, mountain ecosystem, and desert ecosystem. Listen carefully. Terrestrial ecosystem are of various kinds: grassland ecosystem, mountain ecosystem and desert ecosystem. Similarly, aquatic ecosystem are of various kinds: pond ecosystem, reservoir ecosystem, river ecosystem, next to estuary ecosystem. Aquatic ecosystem again are of various kinds: pond ecosystem, reservoir ecosystem, river ecosystem and estuary ecosystem. Estuary means what? The area where river join with sea. The area where river join with sea. That particular junction is called estuary. Clear? These are broadly two different types of ecosystems: terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. Clear? Next to ecosystem structure and functions. Structure and functions. Just now I told that ecosystem is the structural and functional unit of nature. Living organisms like plants, animals are interdependent. Particularly all consumers like primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers and top carnivores. All consumers directly or indirectly depend on plants. Hence, plants are producers. Next, remaining all animals. Consumers. Consumers are of various kinds. Primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers, and top carnivores. All plants are predators except very few plants like Cuscuta reflexa. Except Cuscuta reflexa, you know well, Cuscuta reflexa, a complete stem parasite. Except such plants, remaining all plants are predators. Animals, lower living animals and higher living animals are consumers. Consumers again are of four kinds: primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers, and top consumers. Means the top carnivores. Clear? Plants are primary predators and animals are consumers. The combination of plants and animals is called food chain because there is a relationship between plants and animals for food. Hence, it is called food chain. Food chain. Interaction between animals and plants for food is known as food chain. In coming class, we will discuss different types of food chains. Here discussion on it. Next one important term, stratification. Define stratification. Stratification means vertical distribution of different plant species. Vertical distribution of different plant species at different levels is called stratification. Vertical distribution of plants or plant species at different level. Vertical distribution of plant species at a different level is called stratification. Go through simple diagrammatic representation. First, small grass plants, grasses, then herbs, then shrubs, next tall trees. First grasses, next herbs, then shrubs, next trees. A meaningful definition of stratification is vertical distribution of plant species. Different plant species like grasses, herbs, shrubs and trees. In previous classes we have discussed already what is herb, what is shrub and what is trees. Herb means small size plants. Shrubs, medium height plants. Then trees, tall trees. Vertical distribution of different plant species at different levels is known as stratification. Important for NEET object exam. Remember. All of you make a note while watching video. What are the components of ecosystem? Components. components of ecosystem. Important. There are four components of ecosystem: productivity, decomposition, productivity, decomposition, energy flow, and nutrient cycling. Components of ecosystem important. There are four components of ecosystem: productivity, decomposition, energy flow, and nutrient cycling. Definitely sometimes question papers set are focused on this area. You must remember, don't forget. First, productivity. What is productivity? Production of biomass. Biomass production during photosynthesis by plants is called productivity. There are different terminology. We will discuss step by step all points. First, to go through productivity. Meaningful definition. Productivity means biomass production. Biomass production by plants or animals. Biomass production by plants or animals is called productivity. Productivity are of two kinds. First, primary productivity. Primary productivity, shortly called PP. PP stands for primary productivity. Primary productivity means what? The amount of biomass or organic matter produced per unit area over a period of time by plants during photosynthesis is called primary productivity. See, simple definition: amount of biomass or organic matter, underline, biomass or organic matter per unit area over a period of time, by whom means by plants during photosynthesis. Is known as primary productivity. Simple definition. Sometimes in NEET object exam or CET exams, even board exams, for one more questions. In case of board exam, it is important definition for one more questions. Primary productivity is defined as amount of biomass or organic matter. Biomass also called organic matter per unit area over a period of time by plants during photosynthesis. It is termed as primary productivity. Next, gross primary productivity. That's short form. PP. PP means primary productivity. Gross primary productivity. Shortly GPP. Remember, don't confuse. GPP stands for gross primary productivity. That means what? The amount of organic matter produced during photosynthesis is called gross primary productivity. Note down, amount of organic matter during photosynthesis by plants is called GPP, gross primary productivity. Once I repeat, the amount of organic matter, underline organic matter during photosynthesis is called gross primary productivity. Next, third one, NPP, net primary productivity, shortly NPP. NPP stands for net primary productivity. Means what? Gross primary productivity minus respiratory loss. Equals to NPP, net primary productivity. Important. See guys, NPP defined as gross primary productivity minus respiratory loss is called net primary productivity. Net primary productivity is available for all consumers like primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers and top carnivores, for all consumers. Next, one more definition. Secondary productivity, SP. SP stands for secondary productivity. Means what? Production of new organic matter by consumers. Important. By consumers. Production of new organic matter by consumers is called SP, secondary productivity. Also from this area, I am expecting at least one question in NEET objective exam, even CET exams, KCET exams. Productivity means biomass production by plants or animals. Simple definition. It is of various kinds. Primary productivity, gross primary productivity, net primary productivity and secondary productivity. Clear? Primary productivity means amount of biomass or organic matter per unit area over a period of time by plants during photosynthesis is termed as primary productivity. Next, GPP, gross primary productivity, means total primary productivity. Means what? Amount of organic matter produced by plants during photosynthesis is called gross primary productivity. NPP means GPP minus respiratory loss, because some amount of energy released into surroundings in the form of respiratory loss, means heat, that is called NPP, net primary productivity. Secondary productivity means production of new organic matter, new organic matter. By whom? By consumers, like primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers or top carnivores is called secondary productivity. So all of you make a note the same points underlined in NCERT book. Don't forget. This is chapter number 14, ecosystem. Chapter number 14. Clear? These are the various types of productivity. Next to decomposition. Second step, decomposition. In the beginning, we have discussed there are four components of ecosystem. First component, productivity completed, and second component, decomposition. Organic matter, that means dead plant parts, dead plant parts or dead animal parts mixed with the soil and decomposed by decomposers like fungus, bacteria. That is called decomposition. Right? Simple definition. Decomposition means breakdown of detritus by decomposers. This is called decomposition. Detritus means what? Dead organic matter. Underline. Dead organic matter. Dead organic matter means dead plant parts like leaves, grass, branches, fruits, flowers, or any other part of the plant body, and dead animal parts also. Right? Breakdown of detritus by decomposers is called decomposition. Decomposers example, fungus and bacteria. Fungus and bacteria. Fungus and bacteria. Clear? Decomposition include 4 steps. Actually 5 steps. What are 5 steps? First step, fragmentation. Second step, leaching. Third one, catabolism. Next, humification. Fifth one, mineralization. These are the 5 important steps in decomposition. Sometimes question paper setter focus on this area based on steps in sequence. So all of you remember all 5 steps in sequence. First step, fragmentation. Second step, leaching. 3, catabolism. 4, humification. 5, mineralization. What is fragmentation? Fragmentation means breakdown of a complex detritus, breakdown into simpler forms. Detritus break into simple particles. Simple definition. Fragmenting, you may heard the word fragmentation in previous classes, previous chapters. In case of algae and fungus. In algae, that entire filament break into small pieces, small fragments. Again, each fragment develop into a new organism, new individual of algae or new individual of fungus. That is called fragmentation. Similarly, in case of decomposition, fragmentation means detritus break down into simpler particles, simple particles. That is called fragmentation. Next, leaching. Leaching means water soluble inorganic salts. Water soluble inorganic salts go down into soil horizon and precipitated and not available to plants. Look here, leaching, important definition. Water soluble inorganic salts go down into soil horizon, means deeper layers of soil, and get precipitated, means stored, which is not available to the plants, means unavailable salts. Unavailable salts is called leaching. Okay, once repeat. Fragmentation means detritus, means dead organic matter break into simple particles ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Leaching ಅಂದರೆ water soluble inorganic salts go down into soil horizon and precipitated, which is not available to the plants. That means unavailable salts. That is termed as leaching. Next, catabolism. Catabolism means what? Detritus break into inorganic substances. That is called catabolism. Detritus break down into inorganic substances. This is called catabolism. You don't confuse between fragmentation and catabolism. Both are different. Fragmentation means, as per NCERT book lines, detritus break down into simple particles. That's all. Catabolism means detritus break down into inorganic substances. Next, humidification. Before that, once all of you note down these points, definitions and all. Humidification means formation of humus, a process of formation of humus. Humus is a nutrient medium. That means fertilized topmost layer of soil. Is called humus. Fertilized top layer of soil. Fertilized top layer of soil is called humus. Right? Humidification means process of formation of humus. A process of formation of humus is called humidification. Humus is highly fertilized soil. It contains all types of micronutrients and macronutrients. Humus provide all types of nutrients for growing plants. It also increases crop production, crop yield. Even some microscopic organisms like bacteria and fungus decompose humus. Bacteria or fungus, B for bacteria and fungus. These types of microscopic organisms decompose humus, but it is slower process, time taking process. Humus is dark brown in color, dark brown in color. Dark brown in color, rich in nutrients, all types of micro and macro nutrients, fertilizers, etc. Therefore, humus supply all types of nutrients for growing plants. Obviously, plants produce more crop yield, more crop production. Definitely, it is benefit to the farmers. Humus is made of different dead plant pots like falling leaves, falling grass, fruits, flowers, buds, bark, branches, this and all fall on soil, mixed with soil. Even dead animal parts also mixed with soil. They form humus. Clear? Then mineralization. Note on these points. Next, mineralization. Mineral recycling. Mineral recycling. That means what? Soil to, first soil to plants, and plants to animals, animals to again soil. It is a recycling process, cycling process. In the beginning, all minerals are available in soil. Plants absorb minerals. So, soil to plants, plants to animals. Because plants are producers, animals are consumers, means herbivores or carnivores. Animals pick up all types of nutrients from plant body. After death of the plants and animals, the total whatever nutrients available in plant body and animal body again reaches to soil. Soil to again plants, plants to again animals. It is a cyclic process. Hence it is called mineralization. Mineralization. These are the main points covered from decomposition. This is second component of ecosystem. What is first component of ecosystem? Productivity. Second component, decomposition. These are the steps in decomposition: fragmentation, leaching, catabolism, humidification and mineralization. It is very important 5-mark question in case of board exam, important 4-mark question in NEET exam. Focus on this area. Make a note. At the same time, revise today concepts once in your NCERT book lines. Hope you understood. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.